Alright, hey guys, welcome back here to the second episode of our review of the Garmin Echomap UHD 93sv and the Helix 7 from Humminbird. So this one we're going to talk about features and what's on either one of them and kind of how they're different. Alright, so first of all, let's kind of talk about the names of these. I think that's even like one big differentiating thing. So this one here is the Helix 7 that I picked up in 2019. This one does have side imaging, down imaging, and GPS on it, but there's really nothing on the unit itself, at least on the front here, that really tells me that this has it. And there's so many different types of units for these Humminbirds. You can get one that's down imaging only. You can get one that's side imaging only, or is GPS only. So there's so many different variations of this one that I think it's hard to even know which one you actually have. But over here on the Garmin 93sv, there's only one. There's one of these, so you're gonna know that this thing has side imaging, down imaging, GPS, every single one of these. That's a 9-inch Echomap UHD, has the same things, has the same abilities. Just a lot easier to just understand what you actually have. So now let's get in and actually talk about what some of the features are that this has, and maybe the Humminbird doesn't. All right, so let's start out with side imaging, down imaging. The Garmin here definitely has both, but here with the GT54 transducer, it does have higher definition imaging on here. So this goes up to 840 kilohertz on the down imaging and 1120 on the side imaging, which is effectively high definition imaging. The Humminbird that I have here, this one only does have side and down imaging, but it's only at 420 to 520 kilohertz. So this one does not have what's considered mega imaging. That's Humminbird's equivalent to that HD imaging. The newest one does have that, but the old one that I have here does not, so that definitely keeps them different. They're not really kind of up to par with each other in that, so we're not really going to judge each one based on that, just because that's the limitations of the unit itself and not really a feature, I'd say. So again, talking about some sonar here, the Garmin SV does have the support for active sonar. So if you have an active sonar, you can plug that into here directly. Of course, you have to have the extra box to go with it, but this does support it. So you can use this plus all your other sonar. The Helix 7 here does not support any active sonar. The 9s and the newer ones, they do support it, but this 7 here does not. So another obvious difference between these two is this is a 9-inch screen. The Humminbird is a 7. So that kind of, that changes it quite a bit. This is just a 7-inch screen. The other one's 9, so that's definitely one for the Garmin as well. So I gotta say, the number one feature that this Garmin has that the Humminbird does not is it is a complete touch screen machine. So anywhere I want to go, I can just touch on this screen, pull things up, do anything I want. It's all right here on this touch screen here, which I feel like is absolutely fantastic. The ease of use is incredible. Plus it does have a couple things on the side here that do help you. Say you're in a bunch of waves and everything moving around, so you can't maybe it's hard to press it here. All right, I want to zoom in. You hit the plus button, zoom in. Plus I also have a bunch of different hotkeys that I already have different things set up here, which you can set all these individually, make up whichever type of one you want, and then that'll go to each individual hotkey that you have, and it just really helps you move quickly through your unit, and it doesn't get in your way as you're actually out there fishing. Inversely, here on the Humminbird, this is not touchscreen at all. The new Helixes are also not touchscreen, so this doesn't change if you buy one of the new ones. I believe you need a Solix or higher to actually get touchscreen on any Humminbirds. So you have to do everything through this here. If you want to just go and do a mark in a spot, well, it's going to take a second to actually get that done. We're on the Humminbird, stop it, press it, boom, it's right there. So everything you got to do is through buttons. And if you don't know exactly what every button does, you got to kind of play with it a bit until you get to the right spot. All right, I want to go back. All right, exit, menu. All right, so if you don't know exactly what button does what, well, it becomes a little bit harder. You can't just have a touchscreen to help you out do it. So that is a definite win for that Garmin over the Humminbird for sure. So let's look at one of the, I would say one of the first major differences, something that really drew me into the Garmin here, is the mapping features. So this Garmin 93sv comes with maps and all the depths and everything loaded in there for pretty much the entire United States. It's all loaded in. It has almost every single one of my local lakes on there. Here we're in simulation mode, so it doesn't really show us here. I'm not really sure exactly where we are even. I think it's showing, yeah, that's probably why it's not showing the US maps, because it's not showing us in the United States, which is kind of strange. But so yeah, this one comes with all those pre-loaded. I didn't have to buy any card or anything extra, which is fantastic. But over here on the Humminbird, it doesn't really come with anything preloaded much at all. It's got a couple like really simple like local maps. It might show you maybe the biggest map in your area, and it won't really have a whole lot of those depth lines on it. But so this one's super limited. You have to buy the extra card that goes into the side here that has, oh actually it's right here. You have to buy the extra card for your state or your region, and those just add up to be quite a bit. It's about $100 or more per card, and if you change to a different area of your country, or you know, if you're kind of traveling with that, then you have to have multiple cards for multiple areas, and that just adds up, you know, the price. Plus, even those cards do not have all of the maps for all of the local lakes that the Garmin does. So you have to buy it with this one, and there's not even as many. So that is a definite win for the Garmin over the Humminbird for sure. Another really great feature on this Garmin unit is this quick release bracket. So on this bracket, all I have to do is push this piece back and then pull forward on the actual unit itself here, and it'll break away from this piece that'll stay on the actual boat. So it's really easy to just take this off, take it inside, you know, keep it safe or whatever, keep it from getting wet and things like that. The Humminbird unit has a more conventional setup here in the back, so you'd have to unscrew these on both sides to be able to take this unit off to take it inside. So it's a lot harder, going to take a lot more time to get this unit off than it is to get the other unit off. So I think that's a fantastic use of this one here. You know, if you want, say, 2 spots and use the same unit on, say you got it back here, or you want to have a front mounted unit as well, you can just pop it off, move it here to the front, and you can use the same unit for 2 spots for your boat. So that there is pretty much my general review on these units here. I am loving my Garmin 93sv. The amount of features that it has over the Humminbirds is insane. And like I kind of talked about in that first video, very similar within prices. So I would have to say, if you're looking to get a new unit, go for that Garmin. It's just got so many features. Just that touchscreen, I think, alone just really sets it off. Touchscreen and maps are the 2 things that, without any doubt, will work fantastic for it. Oh, also, they both have an auto chart feature, so you can make your own maps while you're out there on a lake. Say that there's no maps on that lake at all. You can do that on both of these units, but on the Humminbird, you have to buy an extra card for it to be able to save more than 8 hours. On your Garmin, it's ready to go. You can put in any card in there and then just kind of format it for it, and it's ready to go, and it'll just be charting your maps from there. So that's going to be it for us. Go for the Garmin, and yeah, you know what we say, can't catch a fish, always catch a buzz. Pass and brews.